Hi all, this is Dr. J at 11, streaming live from Eastern Long Island, New York, where it's a bit toasty, another hazy, hot, humid day. Change from yesterday's cooler weather where I actually donned a jacket for the first time all summer. So what happened today on the street? Not a hell of a lot. Some people said it was like watching paint dry. Well, it depends on what stocks you're in. Let's take a quick look at some of our focus stocks that we concentrated on yesterday, and, and maybe another one or two if we have time. So let's share screen and go to the videotape. I guess we start with the Dow, reasonable place to start. It had a give back day where it gave back 88 points, or 0.34%, to 25,733.60. Heading in the wrong direction today, but still hugging the upper trend line. Nothing to get nervous about. In fact, it had a very narrow trading range today. High of 25,888, low of 25,716. So I guess the Dow, you could say, was a little bit like watching paint dry. Let's take a look at the SPX. The SPX is very happily chugging along. Today, it did manage to just close about where it opened, giving back a point or 0.04%. Basically, another index where you were watching paint dry today. But it's well above its upper trend line. We like the SPX to make new highs. New highs. Just made a new high. The NASDAQ, the star of the three indices, well, it was the star today as well, up 0.37%, led by the FANG stocks. I believe all 5 FANG stocks, if you include Amazon and Apple as being the A's, were up on the day, at least a small bit. So that led the NASDAQ higher. It was a nice day all in all. It had traded lower throughout much of the day to close up. Always a good sign. I see no reason why the NASDAQ can't make a new high above 74.25. So NASDAQ is continuing its zoom. It's the zoom NASDAQ. Let's take a look at Geron. Geron had a phenomenal day yesterday, phenomenal day. Today was a day where it was quiet. It also had a doji. Investors were in a little bit of a tug of war, whether to bid it up or bid it down. Throughout the day, they did both. It closed about even. So give it up, we'll say up a point to 417 for Geron on the day. It's in a beautiful ascending channel. We like Geron to go up to about $4.50 a share, or maybe higher, maybe as high as $5 a share by the time we learn of the continuation decision, which we all believe will be positive. Now let's look at ATHX. Is this another paint drying more stock? Well, it was up. Not a lot, but up is in the right direction, up 4 pennies. And I drew, as I showed you yesterday, I drew a few additional trend lines for the future. Let's see how close I am to predicting the future. So that it'll hit about 250 on 10.9. That wouldn't be bad. I'll take it. Up 25% in just a couple of months. Not a bad thing. I hope my crystal ball is working. Let's look at OncoSec Medical. It was up 8 cents on the day to $1.43, basically gaining back what it lost yesterday after hours. I don't know what's doing after hours. Usually it's 1 or 200 shares that mean nothing, but I really don't know. I didn't look at the news. So let's take a look at OncoSec, the chart. Okay, as I said, it got back most of what it lost yesterday, and it's, in my opinion, forming a new trend line with less of a steep slope. I mean, hey, this slope is like heading to be 90 degrees almost. You couldn't keep it up. So a normal retracement and a more normal looking slope. So we have a trend line, a new trend line in the upwards direction. I expect continuation of this upward trend line into the future, putting us at a new all-time high, not all-time high, a new relative high, 9/1/2018. We take out 164. That seems reasonable to me. Why not? It's certainly plausible. Not in the far future that we make a nice little rally. Anything is possible. Let's see, what date is that again? 9/1. It's right around the corner. Okay, let's see if we go out further along this trend line. If it stays on this trend line, which is a big if, it would be $2 a share by around 10/24. So that would be beautiful. Okay, let's look at, I didn't look at Apple yesterday. Apple was flat on the day, but let's take a quick look. Apple was the least interesting FANG stock of the day. It was up a penny, up 0%. And if you look at Apple, it made an all-time high just 2 days ago and had a big red, not a big enough red candle to get alarmed the day after, and a little small green candle today. So all in all, I wouldn't really be looking to trade Apple. If I owned it, I'd hold it. But if I had to make a trade, I don't know what I would do. I might go short. Not that I ever short stocks, but if I were the kind that were to short, I might put a stop loss at 204. I mean, my target would be 204 on the short end, and my stop loss would be 220. So, yeah, it's an interesting trade because you're getting 2-to-1. For those of you who are swing traders, it's, in my opinion, more likely to retrace a little bit at this point than to continue. But after it retraces, I wouldn't stay short very long. I think Apple is a go-go, rah-rah stock, and it continues to defy expectations to the upside. So let's look at Facebook, where I proposed a fictional trade that I have a feeling some of you made into nonfiction. That I think I said go into Facebook at 172, and with a stop at about 169, 168, and a take profit up around here. That would be about 180, something like that. Maybe a take profit at 180, a stop at stop at 166. That seems fair. So if you come in at 72, you're willing to risk 6 points to the downside to make 8 points to the upside. Or you could make a tighter stop and use this trend line as your stop. So basically today that would be about 170. So if you want to play it close to the vest, you risked about 2 points to make about 8 points. That's really a tough trade, but certainly doable here. I think that Facebook will trade in this trading range for at least a while. What else have we got? We looked at Geron already. Baba. Is Baba worth looking at? Chinese Google, right? Baba. I don't know. I haven't really been following Baba. It doesn't look that interesting from a chart point of view. It made a double top way up there at 211. It's giving me the latest Baba information. Baba is a good name for a grandma, Baba. All right, so it was down 7 cents. It traded just like Apple today, down 7 cents. Basically 0%, flat. It's been trading between these two horizontal lines, and now recently broke that horizontal line and has a very low, low end on Baba could be as low as 166. 166, I guess. And the high end 211. No, actually it's trading here. I don't know. I'm confused about Baba. I would. It's near the top of its new trading range. So if anything, you might want to short it with an expectation that this holds at 166. So if you want to, you can. I don't recommend it, but you can. It looks like a better short with a quick look than a long, although the recent Momo is in the upwards direction. So your call on Baba, I refuse to make a call. CVM. CVM, this is not quite a double high because this candle is 180 and this one is significantly less, 169. So if it was exactly the same, more or less, I would be negative on CVM because you'd have to get past that double high. It's still going to be a hurdle. I think if you break the 180, you have an excellent shot at going all the way back up to fill this gap at 278. So I'd probably be buying above 180 here and probably set a limit at this high. What is that? 169, stop loss. All right, so that's my trade for CVM. If it breaks 180, go long. With a stop at 169 and a target of, wow, 278. That's a hefty target, but I think it's capable, if it breaks 180, of anticipating good news on the data that's coming in 3 weeks or so. So it may not break the 180, might kind of hang around waiting for the news. We'll see. It's one to watch. I said yesterday it's a casino stock, and that doesn't change today. It's still a casino stock. So I think we went through a lot of stocks in a short period of time. And what I want to do now is stop sharing screen and get back to the Hangout screen so that I can say adios, amigos. I can say shalom. I can say sayonara. I can say goodbye, all. See you all tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It's much appreciated. Good luck with all your trades. And remember, check with your investment advisor. Do your own due diligence. Don't rely on Dr. J's opinion. Don't rely on anyone else's opinion but your own. Bye.